This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration.
Off the Dice is a Time to Tabletop production.
Building community through the language of gaming. Off the Dice is back.
The questions are now ready, and our guests are restrained.
Pay no attention to the mumbling in the background.
That'll be fine.
So pull up a chair.
Yeah. Let's talk Off the Dice. Welcome to Off the Dice. If you're listening, if you're not listening, well, then you're totally missing out on something less than amazing. Oh. So we're going to hop right into this because we don't want to take up anybody's time, but we want to take up our listeners' time. That's our job.
Which is our favorite time to take up. Obviously.
Yes. We are taking up your time.
So today we have some pretty coolio. It's Jake. What's up, Jake Chatters? How you doing?
I'm great. Good evening.
Oh wow.
You're great.
I'm great. Well, I try to be great. Yeah,
I
try to be great. Yeah.
We're gonna have to fix it.
You're gonna bring me down a little bit, Scooter.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of time to do that. So
yeah, we do it very quickly and very harshly, which is our favorite. It's our expertise. So
let's get right to it then. Okay, so we're gonna play Off the Dice. We're gonna get to know us better, and
then maybe you.
Maybe you'll chime in once in a while.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
We wanted to call it Narcissists Are Us, but Off the Dice was a little easier to.
It rolled off the tongue.
Yeah, it was a little easier to work with. Plus, the logo looks better because I always forget how to spell narcissist. Are there two T's?
Isn't that the truth?
Two S's?
It's like sometimes when you smell banana, you just want to keep going.
It auto spells narcotics. I'm like, what do you want with me, Siri? Oh, don't say that too loud. My phone will go off. So let's go. Let's hop right into it. There's a couple rules to the game. Do you know what the rules are? Answer the questions.
Okay, yeah. I can do that.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're super simple, but super intense.
Yeah, they're sleeping bags.
Wigwams. Okay, let's do this. So, the way we play is you get to play as a character.
But it's you. It's you. It's
Disclaimer alert.
Yeah.
You're quite the character.
Ooh.
Yes. So, we're going to do character creation here. So, and you've played some RPGs in your life. You've done some role playing. That's for, hashtag After Dark series. But you've done role playing.
That was terrible. That was so bad.
It's all good. It's all in the fun of entertainment. So, character creation. We're going to find out what your character is like, but answer the questions as you. That's kind of the whole point of character creation.
Yeah, not who do you like. Oh, well, if I was this, I'd be that.
I was the barbarian.
We're talking about you. If you fall a lot, you know what we're talking about. You fall a lot.
Go ahead and start with the first attribute.
Okay, so before you go through all this fun stuff, how would you rate your charisma 1 through 20?
1 through 20. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with 14.
Okay. Why the 14?
Well, because I think if I want, there's times where you want to be charismatic, right? And pretty good at orchestrating projects and moving an agenda down kind of the field, if you want to say that. So I think that works pretty well. Although on the detriment, I can be kind of quiet too sometimes in groups. So maybe that offsets a little bit. So maybe 14 is a little high. Let's go with 13. I'm going to downgrade it one. Let's go with 13.
What about like a solid 13.25?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay.
I mean, if you're a gamer, if you play RPGs, I mean, you could be a 13.
Yeah.
But you might have a +1 modifier depending on the situation.
Okay. All right. I suppose that would work, right?
About that. I was like,
right.
I'm getting a little creative. I know that's a little weird. We don't have
that might work.
Okay. Or maybe, if it was like a D&D RPG, it would be like one of the backgrounds, right? So, when you go into a political situation, maybe the charisma becomes like a +2. But in a normal like group at the bar, it's like a -2 or something. Yeah.
So all right.
Like me,
13.
I feel like my charisma is a solid like 11 or 12. but I almost have like a -1 or 2 if we're talking sports. I'm like, oh, I think I've seen what that is. But then it's like a +5 if we're talking about like board games. So it's like, okay, now my charisma just went up. So
otherwise you're like sports ball.
Sports and yes. What does it go in a net? Does it go in a hole?
Do the thing with the sport.
So I 13's good. 13's above average.
13, but you get mods in the right place.
Sure. I'll take that. That sounds good.
In the right place, in the sweet spots. All right.
In the sweet spot.
Yes. So let's go on to your second attribute that we're going to do for your character creation there. Jake, scale of 1 to 20, still the same. Rate yourself 1 to 20 on brain. How would you rate your brain 1 to 20?
This is hard. You're right. This is like Narcissus RS. You're right.
Yeah, right.
That's good. I am going to go with a 17.
Spicy. Okay.
Well done.
Why the spicy 17?
A spicy meatball.
Oh.
I'd go pretty high on that one. That sounds really, like I said, narcissistic. But I'm going to go with the 17. So why? You want to know the why of the 17? Is that
that's on you? That's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I think I'm a pretty quick thinker, pretty analytical. So I do think that, if I'm thinking of where we're headed here on sort of classic RPG scores, that's going to end up being going to be the highest score there.
We're going to be the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you get up above 15 in brain, I always feel like you've got a secret agenda. Because I really feel like, and I think that my personal opinion is like maybe those are the times when you're quiet. When you're talking about the charisma part, isn't that the time
you're
when you
planning.
kind of sit back and
planning,
and you're listening? Because I talk a lot, so my intelligence is probably low, but I'm getting better at listening, right? So I feel the more you listen, I think your intelligence kind of goes up.
Interesting.
True.
Well, I'm glad you didn't ask me for a listening score, because I don't think I would have given myself a 17.
Funny that we say that. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope, that's a different RPG. That's called the Therapeutic RPG. That's the other T in TTRPG.
Yeah, we can't.
TTT RPG. Therapeutic Tabletop Role-Playing Game. Ooh, did I coin that?
Maybe.
You better trademark it fast.
Holy crap. Copyright.
Do it.
Copyright.
Do it.
Copyright. Okay. Let's go on to the next attribute.
Yeah, 1 to 20. Dexterity.
Do I have to rate myself now, or can I rate myself when I was like in college?
Both. You can do both if you'd like.
Let's see. I think I'd put myself about a 10. Probably in college it was closer to a 12 or 13, but I'd say about a 10 these days.
Not much higher.
Well, no, but I mean, relatively speaking, it's like a 20% drop or something.
That's not bad.
Do you ever feel like it's seasonal? Like, I don't mean like seasonal winter, spring, but like in your life, like a different season in your life.
I suppose, I suppose that's true. I thought you meant like, is your dexterity lower in winter when you're wearing like boots and a bunch of like you're walking out in a snowsuit? Like, I think the dexterity's a little lower in the snowsuit.
That's why I had to explain. I was like, I didn't mean by like actual.
Because that's where I would too. I was just like, I mean, I'm slower in the winter. I got more shit handing me down. What do you want me?
Plus, there's snow in certain areas, like you can't. But no, it's like it's rough terrain. No, but like in your life, depending on what you're doing, I was like, there are some times when, let's say you have a very intense desk job for the next 5 years, and really all you want to do is come home and sit on the couch and eat chips because your brain is fried. So your dexterity definitely goes down, right?
Are you saying potato chips drop dexterity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that scientifically proven?
No. Well, yes, in me.
Oh, okay.
Right. In me. My science says yes. Damn you, potato chip lays.
It's like, do you want to try a cartwheel or eat potato chips? Chips.
Why can't you do both at the same time? I'd be impressed.
That's when you would have,
That's when we have,
Can a 10 dexterity do a cartwheel? Because if yes, we better downgrade that to a 9.
I don't know. I sure as hell could.
No, I think 10 is. I mean, 10 or 11. I feel like
10
this
is fair.
like average, right? I mean, you think about averages and those types of things. I think 10 and 11 is kind of an average.
Well, and I have to take a negative modifier that if it's like super fine dexterity, like if you're going to put a nail on the wall, because you're going to hang a picture.
Oh, I thought we were just putting nails in walls.
Well, you can, but I mean, whatever reason, but however you want to do it. So that's got to be like a -3. So I mean, I'm pushing like a 7 or an 8 if that's the dexterity.
Yowza.
He gets a minus modifier.
Yeah, that's definitely a
hammer
negative
involved.
modifier. Yeah.
Negative modifier for putting
hammers.
nails in walls.
Hanging picture. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but only hanging pictures. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to like hang plants or something, maybe it's
then we're
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fine.
It's
just
only
pictures.
pictures. Gotcha.
Right.
Honestly, makes sense. All right. Hey, yeah, that's you. In
We
a
created
nutshell.
character.
Yeah, that's you.
And in this game, there's only 3 attributes. Everything else is nil. It means nothing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ain't that fun?
Well, look at that. There's a little recap there. What are the stats do we have there, Rysa? What do we have for
13, but you get mods in the right place. Your brain is 17. I also put that you have secret plans. Because you're
always secret plans.
Yeah, always plotting.
Yep.
And your dexterity is 10 now, 12 in college.
Maybe.
So, and then you get a minus when you hang pictures with
That's right.
nails and hammer. Only two.
Just
Makes
hammers.
sense.
Just just pictures.
Yeah, no, just pictures. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Okay, now we have a character named Jake.
Okay.
So, as yourself, you can use these attributes, but they really don't mean anything.
Yeah,
So we're just going to move on and start your adventure. Start the game. We're starting the game with round 1. So welcome to round 1, sir.
Yay!
Round 1, we're
Made
here.
it this far.
Yes. These questions. There's some questions that are a little bit off the mark, maybe, or maybe they're straightforward. It depends on you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So let's just hop right into these. So, round 1.
Very serious questions, so please brace yourself.
I mean, you can answer it. I mean, we want to really know you, so please express as much as you want to divulge. Okay? Do you ever count your steps when you walk?
Do I ever count my steps when I walk? Yes. Yes, I sometimes count my steps when I walk. Like actively count them. Usually only on the stairs, though.
You know what? I count by 2 because I take the stairs by 2, so I kind of agree with that one.
Yeah.
No, stairs every time.
Yeah, you're like,
That's weird to
damn
me,
it,
but
these stairs are
stairs
uneven.
every time for me. But
yeah. Usually it's the stairs. I mean, there are some days like when you're trying to track your actual steps and you're like 5 short from your goal, or usually not 5, but you're like 50. Okay, that's been a while, but there were times where I got to go walk the house 50 steps. But walking down the street, not normally. That's rare. But stairs, I'd have to say I catch myself counting the stairs when I walk up them. Yes.
So that, I mean, if you're talking about the steps that are counting, like let's say you're wearing a Fitbit, you could just shake your wrist a little while and you get some steps in.
My mom literally will
but
do that.
I'm just saying.
But that's kind of defeating the purpose. I mean,
But you get a really strong arm.
But
I mean,
you have arm
ultimately,
cardio.
Are you lying to the Fitbit? I mean, I guess. I don't know.
No,
funny
you're
this
actually
way.
just lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the pie. No, I'm just
No, seriously, steps, like going up and down steps.
yeah.
I don't know if I can
Stairs,
go
for
up
sure.
stairs or downstairs without counting them. I don't know if I can. It's one of those things. It's innate that I have to go boop boop boop.
Yep.
Because I always feel like, what if I have to go back up and the lights go out? And I'm like, that's
Look at
that's
you
my thought
planning
process.
ahead.
That's no joke. That is my thought process. Is that
That's
weird?
pretty. That's
I don't-
pretty funny actually. I kind of like that.
No, that's
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
don't
All
know.
right. All right.
Maybe
So.
another I was something else in another life. Please don't tell people what it was.
Alrighty.
Round
Continue-
1. What's the next one? I
Continue
believe
with
you.
that
That's a good answer.
I do like the stair thing. I agree. Name a product or service you love so much that you'd happily be that company spokesperson.
Well, that's a little too easy. That feels like a softball. Like I have like all the product behind me.
I know,
so,
seriously.
like,
I would like.
It was kind of loaded.
you know, that's kind of a loaded question.
But hold on. I mean, not really. I mean,
Maybe you like certain toilet paper. I don't know.
this is about getting to know you realistically.
Yeah,
so.
no, I mean, I would like I do love a card game. So that's where I spend a lot of my time. So I'd be their spokesperson. I think I would be the spokesperson
for the audio listeners. What is behind you?
So right behind. So I would be the spokesperson for Magic the Gathering.
So right now, here you go.
Right.
What's behind you?
So well, yeah, I have all of various boxes and boxes behind me. So of prior sets and just move them for nice decoration behind me today. So I can open them with hundreds of cards, small pieces of cardboard taking up way too many square feet of my house.
Luxury cardboard, my favorite term for Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, that's great. That is, my whole company is based on.
Luxury cardboard. Yeah, I know. I look at some of my decks and I'm like,
yeah,
I spent money on this.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money on pieces of cardboard that just sit in another cardboard box. So
and more cardboard,
and then you buy another cardboard box to store them in.
Yep. Yeah. So it's a little piece of cardboard in a small cardboard box, and a medium cardboard box, and a larger cardboard box that's then in a wood box inside like the room. So yeah, it's very true.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here now, first people.
We're all hoarders.
Play Magic the Gathering.
Just some of us organize the stuff a little bit better, but we're still hoarders.
Oh, absolutely.
Organized hoarding. Yeah. We're like the fancy dragons.
Well, I think we make ourselves feel better by calling us collectors. But you're still like, if you collect something, a lot of time it just goes on the shelf and it just stays there.
Well,
but I guess there's a little difference, though, isn't there? Like, a collector.
Some people like to collect trash bags. Are they a collector? Like hoarders, collectors?
I mean, I see your point, Scooter. I mean, I think there is a line there. Like, some collecting is just hoarding. That's true.
But who
makes that definition?
Defining that line?
Well, the person who's collecting, because they don't.
The collectors. So basically, the rule is
every person's a collector.
The collector creates the rules, but the hoarders will fight you all day long, right? They'll say, no, I'm a collector.
Yeah, so if you're a collector, you're always going to be a collector.
So can you self-proclaim yourself as a collector?
Well, sure. I mean, you can self-proclaim yourself as anything, I suppose. But I guess there is a difference. I guess conceptually, you think like a collector, you're trying to get one. This isn't going to work. But anyway, you're trying to get one specific thing, right? You're trying to complete whatever that item is, which I suppose is true for hoarders too. Like they still want all of that item, and it's just something we don't accept as being
right. It's socially acceptable.
So it's just social acceptance of.
I mean, if I collected just piles and piles of dirt in my house,
maybe you like dirt.
Am I a hoarder of dirt, or do I collect dirt?
See, I think perspective.
Well, I guess it depends. I suppose. Are you organizing the dirt by like what time of year you collected it, or by where? Yeah, I mean, or is it just piles upon piles of dirt all mixed together in your house? Because then I think.
I think to a hoarder, I mean, and I'm just going by definition because we're human beings, and the only thing that sets us apart is we have to put labels on stuff. I just feel that's kind of our thing.
It's a thing.
So the line between like a hoarder and a collector can only be defined by the collector, but as a hoarder, if you're a hoarder, you know where your stuff is.
That's
and
true.
It's organized somehow. It doesn't make sense to anybody else but you, but it's still organized. So no, it's just one of those things. I don't know if there's a real answer to that. I agree with you, Jake, 1,000,000,000%. But I'm just looking at it from like a different perspective. It's like hoarders would tell you they're a collector.
I feel like we could definitely talk about this for a long time.
I've never even thought about this.
Yeah, me either.
Now. Well, till right now.
All right, tell us, listeners, what do you think about this?
I think there is a line. Like I'll say for myself, collecting the luxury cardboard, right? There are moments where it does feel a little more like, well, why do I have 18 copies of that thing? Why would I need that? There's no purpose.
Seriously.
So you do feel like, is this bordering on hoarding? And they're like, no, I'm just collecting. And so maybe the difference is
No, they're the ones that are hoarding. I'm
right.
collecting.
That's right. So maybe the difference is when it becomes a risk to your health. Maybe I don't know. I'm not.
Maybe that's a good. I mean, and it could be
Absolutely.
health on any level, like emotional health, social health. Like, have you lost all your friends because of it? I mean, that does happen.
My dirt collection is taking over.
Like I have this is here's something you can go right off there, and even on video if you'd see it. I have like Dragon Ball Z, like the game cards on my desk right here. I've never played that game ever in my life. I've never made a deck out of these cards, but I own them. Why?
Why not?
See, do you see the long pause? It was like, am I a hoarder and I claim to be a collector? Probably. But I love that question. I love that we got side railed on that.
Yeah, that honestly, my favorite part is how much we side rail because we were thinking outside the box.
Dude, it's brilliant. I was like, I love hearing your perspective on that because I know you have tons of Magic cards, and I know that you probably throw away a lot, but not as many as you probably could.
Oh, I don't throw anything away.
Yeah.
I mean, I find a way to give them away. So throwing away to me is like
Throwing away hurts me.
I'm very similar.
Yeah. So I mean, occasionally, like maybe a land or something like this, but no, someone could use that card. So usually I'll just stockpile them. Like I have boxes of just random stuff to give away. And
yes,
you try and find somebody who in a school is going to try and start.
Yes,
I'm obviously not currently, sharing cards is probably not a good plan. But normally, you try and give them to someone. They start something in their school and they create a club, and they can make use of them. So, but yeah, no, I don't. Oh, you hurt me. It's good to throw them away. Like, somebody could use that for enjoyment.
Well, do you know how many game stores here locally in Sacramento that I've stopped them? And I go, don't throw those away. I can find a school to give them to. It's like right now, it's a whole different situation because of shelter in place and everything. But seriously, I've stopped local game stores and go, no, give me those. I took them to a school and said, I'll teach you how to play and let's do this and then go forward. Very, very similar. I don't think I've thrown away any card on purpose unless it was like damaged. I have thrown away those because I do have my kids have been playing since they were younger.
Also, sometimes you just spill some juice.
Yeah, fermented hops and barley juice.
Yeah,
that's where mine go. Okay, well, let's go on. We're still in round one here.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, do not apologize. That's what this is all about, right?
We love it.
So, next question here for round one: would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to yell everything you say?
Whisper. That's easy.
Whispering is hard.
No, but I don't like to yell. So
I feel like I'm always yelling.
I'd much rather whisper.
You are. My ears hurt all the time, Scooter.
No, I have my decibel turned down. This is not even a joke. Like mine is turned down -3 decibels, and you guys are at 0. So I'm actually turned my stuff down because I blah. So whisper.
Whisper.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whisper.
Whispering is hard for me.
Yeah, whisper.
I don't see
I don't like people to overhear what I'm saying unless I want them to hear it. So having to shout everything would be a problem.
Here's an experience. I was like, my face just lit up. I was like,
I like thinking about that.
Okay, so that's very true. But what I have found, no joke, and I've done this experiment. If you talk, I have done it many times in groups of people.
Love it.
If I just talk at a tone that's kind of monotone and decently loud, nobody chimes in. Or nobody lends an ear or looks. But as soon as you go, you know what I was thinking.
Everyone is like,
everybody stops
what
talking.
you saying? Yeah.
And they're, holy crap, somebody's whispering.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I don't know what that's something is like people are so nosy, including me.
Do
but
people
we do
just
that.
tone like they just tune out certain noises like that? So that's actually kind of interesting. I like that.
Yeah, it's just that monotone voice. If you have a monotone voice, and you know how that people just kind of go, okay, it's a rhythm. And
they just keep like, all right, whatever.
I have no idea what you just said.
Super zone out, dude. I don't. Okay.
As soon as you start talking like this,
Now it's just ASMR.
people are like, "Oh shit, they're talking about me."
What's happening?
Narcissist.
Yeah, narcissists are us. Cheers. Yeah. Hey, you beat round 1. That was it. But,
I won.
did it.
I won round 1.
Round 1.
I beat it. I beat it. Oh, awesome.
So we have so many amazing giveaways and prizes, but not for you.
Yeah, they're for someone else.
So, I mean, we're
You
gonna
can
have to
look
just
at
kinda
them,
go by it.
but
I mean,
you don't
yeah,
do that.
but again, I always buy things. No, it's not. It's a joke. But I mean, I have this John Wick bobblehead. Like,
Right, he's sitting next to Prince, right?
yes, I have my only 2 like
Funko Pops.
Funkos that I own. One is Prince, and one is John Wick. But the cool thing is, I'm showing them on video, so I'm sorry that it's the audio that you're not gonna be able to see these. But I got the John Wick with the dog.
With Daisy.
Let's be real. No, this is dog.
Oh, that's dog. That's not his. Oh, that's not the puppy.
Not the first
huh?
one. This is the second one. This is dog. So
This is.
yeah,
dog.
they're my helpers. I do have another one, but he's not a Funko Pop. It's just,
Are you saying he doesn't matter? He doesn't matter.
well, he matters, but he doesn't stand up well.
Whoa! It's the slime from Ghostbusters.
I got Slimer. Yeah, he's there too. So they're kind of my co-pilots here. But
Got it.
yes, round 1.
You did it.
You made it there, but we have all these amazing things surrounding us, but none of them for you. You have too many magic cards. So until you make room,
Oh no.
we can't send you prizes.
Oh no! Is this hoarding or is this
Oh.
collecting?
No, but you beat round 1. And we got to know you a little bit. That's amazing. So we're going to move on to
Round 2. This
and round 2.
one's super fun because we kind of got the scoop on you, just a little bit, of some things that you kind of like, you kind of don't like, but we want to talk about it. We like to touch base. We want to make sure you're good. So,
Yeah, turn the screws.
Okay. All right, let's go for it.
what you got? Why don't you like apricots?
I hate apricots.
Why not?
Apricots are like they're just gross. Like, what's to like about an apricot? It fools you into thinking it's going to be some sweet fruit. It's not sweet.
You gotta eat a good apricot.
Okay,
no.
I'm lost in this conversation because I pronounce it apricot. And
Whoa!
I was like, I don't know why. Maybe somebody just never told me
It
what
is
it was. when I
not
read it.
a monkey fruit.
I am so sorry.
You pronounce apricot?
I don't know
I don't
why.
actually, what is I don't know what the correct pronunciation is, or if
I
that's a
don't,
regional
now
thing.
I'm befuddled because I really
People
don't
tell
know
it-
either.
People, let us know. Is it apricot
No, but
or apricot? Because it's for
is it
sure
the-
apricot.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Shots fired.
You don't pronounce the L in almond, do you? You're one of those. Okay.
Oh, shit, now I don't.
So, no, but Jake, on an apricot, I mean, is it the texture? Is it the taste? What is it?
Yes,
Oh,
Oh,
everything.
the whole
it's the whole thing. It's
entity.
the whole thing. It's from the pit in the center to the weird texture. No, I don't understand them.
what about like dried apricots?
No.
Oh.
No, like, I mean, that's sort of interesting. Like, I don't like cucumbers, but I do like pickles, right? So at least you modify the cucumber, right? That's okay. But if you dry an apricot, no, still gross.
I think that's different though, because I mean, a pickle you
There's no vinegar
change.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I always feel like
What if we picked up an apricot? Would you try
If
it
you
then?
don't-
How about
Maybe.
this? This might
Maybe,
work. Let's try it.
maybe I might. I don't. That sounds disgusting, but you never
if
know.
you don't
Gross. I'm not into.
if you don't like an apricot, then what about a dried up old one? I was like, to me,
No.
that's like, so that's what I'm saying. It was like a dehydrated or dried up one. I was like, that's not going to make it better. I don't. think.
Okay, I really like apricots, so that's why I'm like, I like them. When I was
I'm
like,
okay with them.
yeah, when I was like 1 or 2, my parents bought apricots and they just disappeared and they don't know. The pits weren't in the trash. They were really confused. When they cleaned behind the couch, apparently when I was little, I ate all of the apricots and left the pits behind the couch. So, I don't know, I like
Oh, you're one of those kids.
I'm a piece of shit
Gosh,
kid. Yeah,
dang
man.
it. Those stupid pits, man.
Not the pit,
Fruit
man.
with pits. I mean, Jake, do you have this problem like fruits with pits? I love some fruits with pits, but you have some
Just
people in
that's
the
such a
family that those
bad. Just saying.
pitted fruits. How about that? But the pits end up everywhere. Like they'll be in their bedroom. They go down the garbage disposal.
Oh, yeah,
Your
bad.
garbage disposal doesn't grind those up.
Ew, people put them down the garbage disposal?
Not on. I mean,
Well, yeah.
kids. I feel like why? Why? I mean,
Put them behind the couch.
this
Like
is
a
my
dog
small
bird.
rant. Over the last 2 weeks, I've probably found 5 pits in our garbage disposal. Just in the last like 2 weeks.
That's,
And I'm like, come on now. Come on.
that's not fun.
No, but is it do you like anything else that's a pitted fruit, Jake, or just
No, that's a good. No, I think that's a good point. So I don't like surprises in my food. And like a pit is like a surprise in the food. Like you're a kid and you're like, oh look, this cherry. That looks like it's gonna be tasty, and you bite on it and you crack a tooth. Like that's not fun.
Do
Nobody
you
likes
like
that.
jelly donuts?
that's a different surprise?
That's different. Yeah,
That sounds weird. Don't say it like that, Scooter.
I
That's
don't.
I'll say it like that
Right.
all day.
Yeah, or like a Boston cream donut. Yeah, that's good. Those are good.
Uh-huh.
Jelly donuts are all right.
Oh, this is not
All
good.
right.
I don't
All
like this.
Boston cream
Scooter's
donuts.
getting weird. Oh,
I love Boston cream donuts. I
Yeah.
really do. Like Bavarian cream.
Yeah, the Bavarian cream.
Oh my
Really good.
gosh.
Mhm.
But
okay.
but what about anything else? Like
Nectarines, peaches.
Yeah, so if you go on a spectrum, right? So like the apricot,
pit-
apricot,
Pit spectrum.
yeah, is on like the pleased. No, I no.
So
And
no
then you kind of
pit.
moving and like nectarine is like, oh, okay, I might eat that, and then like peaches. Sometimes I'll convince myself I kind of like the taste of peaches are all right, but they're still borderline. Like I'm still suspicious of peaches. Like I know I hate apricots. Peaches, I'm like I think I don't like that or I hate that, but I'll try it again. So they're a little.
So
bit
you
more accepted.
find peaches to be shady.
They're a little shady, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, peaches are like, yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so don't
I
trust.
could see that. I mean, here's where I draw the line with like pitted fruits. I don't like fuzz on the skin. That's just not my thing.
So you like nectarines?
Like any plums, nectarines,
Oh
anything
shit!
that.
I forgot about plums.
Yeah. So and I love
I
pluots.
totally forgot
right?
about. Oh, pluots.
The like combined 2 of the non-hairy ones.
Yeah.
So I really do. I like stuff that doesn't have fuzz when you bite it. That's just kind of my thing.
Okay.
Even though I do love peaches, if there's like out of a can kind of thing. Like
Million
if somebody's already taken that hair off of it, I'm cool with it. But that's where I draw the line. And I also, if the pit, what do they call it? I mean, Rysa, you probably know, like when the pit like doesn't come out, it's like stuck to the meat of the fruit.
I don't know.
And then there's other ones where the pit just kind of
it
falls
just
out.
falls out. I don't know, but it
There's a
pisses me
term.
off. I don't know the term, but it pisses me off when the pit.
I don't like
doesn't
when
come
it's
out.
stuck
It
to
makes
the
me-
rest of the fruit. I'm like, I'm done.
It makes
I
me
hate
so mad because then I have to cut it like a mango, and it wasn't my
Nope.
plan to cut a peach like a mango, and
Same.
then they brew it. Yeah.
So it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of a, I don't know if it's a texture thing or more work.
I don't know if it's texture or I don't want to work for my food.
Right. Or the surprise part that you're talking about, Jake, is like the surprise in there is like that pit is just it's annoying.
And
I
it's
can
not
eat a grape.
Bavarian cream.
I can eat a seed. Yes, it's not Bavarian cream. It's not a seedless grape. Whereas, like, I know I'm not going to have a surprise. I agree with that actually quite a bit, but I don't think I.
What about
would
cherries? We may be dwindling on this a lot, but what about cherries?
I go back and forth on cherries. Like it's kind
Okay.
of similar. I mean, I do.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it really is. I don't like. Yeah, pitted fruits not my favorite. I'd have to agree with that. Now, part of that, I'll dwell on that for a second. Part of that is because we had cherry trees when I was in high school, and I was a teenager, so it wasn't like I was going to go out there and pick the cherries off the tree, right? And then, my rest of my family didn't do it, but I had to mow the lawn. So you'd go out there to mow the lawn, and would pick up the pits off
Right.
those cherries and start firing them back at your shin.
It's not fun.
So, and then it's like, no, now I hate cherries because they're just like,
Is that where your
shrapnel.
your pit hatred is because it was used as ammunition.
I feel like
towards your ankles.
Yeah, it sounds like he got attacked at the ankles. He chipped a tooth, right? He chipped a tooth on an apricot. He got attacked at the ankles with cherries. I don't know if this is an actual fruit problem or like a childhood massacre by fruit.
Yeah, it might just be like a childhood trauma. Like maybe there was some apricot fight at some point, like people throwing them around the neighborhood. I don't know.
Honestly,
but, I think we're all like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like or dislike something because we're like, no, I tasted that as a kid, but I like that you at least revisit.
Yeah, that is important.
Yeah,
like every once in a while, I was like, maybe I like it now.
Maybe it's.
But then you find out you don't. I was like, I'm not one of those people. I was like, I'll try anything all the time, and I don't think I have anything I hate. They're just things I would prefer. If there was only apricots in the fridge as a fruit, I'd eat them. That's not my thing. But if there's them and then there's apples next to them, well, I'm going to grab an apple because I know I don't have any surprise. So I have like a
yes,
a
you
preference.
do. You have tiny seeds.
Yeah, but I would cut my apples.
That's
come
fair.
on.
You cut it into 4. It's the easiest way. You get the highest yield.
I mean, seriously, I'm not a Neanderthal. I cut my apples.
Do you bite apples? Okay.
I didn't know that was the definition. I didn't know that was like the line.
You damn Neanderthals not cutting your apples.
I was like, do you not see the shape of my forehead? I am not a Neanderthal.
No Neanderthal here. Just apple slices.
Yes. But no, I think that's important because I know that some people in my family don't like certain things, but we try and have them revisit them even as adults.
Your taste bud changes every 7
Oh
years?
yeah, your palate definitely changes, but trauma.
Trauma,
it's through the pit trauma.
It's not reversible. Okay.
Pit trauma. Okay, so let's go on to a couple other things. Let's go on to we'll go back into some likes. Now, yes, we got some of those, amazing answers that we all like. Yes, family and traveling and what's this thing? You're not good at it, but you like Trivial Pursuit anyways?
I do.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody likes Trivial Pursuit if they're not good at it. That's weird.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy it. I'm not very, like I said, I'm not good, but I enjoy playing. You learn something new sometimes, and usually I don't remember it the next time, but sometimes you do, and there's some retention. Yeah.
Would you play competitively, but with other non-competitive people? Like everyone's playing to win, but everyone doesn't really know much.
No. No, you have to when you play Trivial Pursuit, there has to be somebody who's good at it because you want the game to end, right? So
that is true. Because otherwise it's like playing fucking Risk or some shit like that.
That's a great point, dude.
Yeah, so you have to play with somebody who's good so the game ends. Otherwise it's like with me, here's just a tip. If we ever sit down and we're gonna play some Trivial Pursuit, I'll give you the way to win. You ready? Just have me answer an arts and literature question. That's it. I could be way ahead. I could be, trying to get that final answer in the center. Just say arts and literature, and you'll eventually win because I'll never get it right.
Really? That's kind of funny. I like that.
I appreciate the fact that it was like, because I know that before gaming was kind of before tabletop gaming was kind of a thing at your local like pubs and tap rooms and restaurants, that a lot of times there was that Trivial Pursuit. You guys, I don't know if you guys remember the good old days or whatever, but years ago there'd be like a Trivial Pursuit like box.
Yeah,
that was just
it's
put
like
at random tables.
Like at IHOP, they have that.
Yep, just so you can pick them up and you can read it. And me, I was just like, we'd always play and those things. So it's kind of like the before Google kind of thing. It's like you want to know random facts and random stuff. It's like, hey, pull that up. The funny thing is, like, how do we know those things are all true?
Well, because
they're printed.
They're true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, obviously, we have to.
To me, that's like the strangest thing in the world because somebody told you something's true. That's got to be true. Like in 1972, who won the most this? And you're like, I don't know. And it said, Chicago Bulls. And
You
you're
just be like, shit, I
must
guess
have
it was
been.
Chicago Bulls.
Must have been.
My-
And we put it. We just knew it was fact.
There's your sports question, Scooter. You did it. You're like, what?
He-
The 1972 Chicago Bulls. I mean, I don't
know if
Well,
that was
they even-
big, but he did
I
it.
don't think they did. I don't think Chicago Bulls did anything in 1972, but nothing productive. But no, I look at it that way as I love those random facts, and I like knowing a little bit about everything. So I appreciate that big time. I'm a Trivial Pursuit kind of guy too, and I was never very good at it. My dad was amazing at it, so every time he would play, it was like at least the game would end. So I totally understand where.
Person.
Yeah, he was great. So he would play, and then the game would be less than 2 hours.
So
If it
what
was just
you're
me.
saying is that we need to start a game, a Trivial Pursuit.
No.
But find one person who's really good at it, so we can dick around while they win.
At least one.
Yeah, I would love to
I
just.
mean-
Oh yeah, that sounds so great.
Yeah, more than one is usually better because then the other team has a chance of winning, kind of thing. If you play teams, well, you should. So, no, I appreciate that because I thought that was kind of cool that you said, though I'm not good. That was kind of your disclaimer when you said you like Trivial Pursuit, and I was like, I love that. I love that.
I love it.
So when so we can. My wife and I used to play. She's very good. I'm.
Oh, she's perfect.
She's very. Yeah, she's very. And so, but when we were young, before we had, kid, that's what we would do. That was like the game we would play, right? You'd sit around and hot Sacramento summers and whatever. That's why I enjoy it, but I never win ever.
I love that because I mean this. Talk about relationship wise, it's like when I met Sarah. We had both had families before, so we're a mixed family in multiple ways. But I have my kids, she has her kids, so we kind of met each other as we already know who we are as parents and as people. So she had like requirements.
Oh, for sure.
For me, and one of them was you need to know a lot of random facts.
Oh, I love that. Is very Sarah, and that makes me so
because
happy.
it's like how otherwise you're gonna have a conversation. She goes, you got to be funny, you got to be over 6 feet tall, you got to be able to lift me because if there's danger, you got to be able to throw me over your shoulder and carry me.
Yeah.
And she goes, you need to know a lot of random facts.
That's so cute.
I was like, okay. So
I bet you're just like shit colored.
that was the only one I knew. That was the only one I was good at. I was 6 foot. No, but I fit the
Nailed
criteria.
that
But
one.
that was definitely a criteria. If you think about that, I was like, if you know a lot about one thing, that's awesome. But after a while,
one thing.
you're not that fun to talk to. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
I know maybe that's a big judgment call, but it's pretty true.
Yeah.
But see, you could just make up the facts is the difference, right? So
Yes.
I mean, is that So
And
is it that you had
so you just be a walking Trivial Pursuit.
That's where your
right.
charisma is like a 19 and your brain is like a 3, but somebody thinks your brain is a 19.
okay, yeah, sure.
Right? Because your charisma is like going, whoa, he knows everything, and really you know nothing.
I love it.
All right. Well, I mean, those seem like rules that you met, right? I mean, those were if that was the checklist, it was like over 6 feet. I mean, either you are or you aren't. I mean, that's at least an easy measure.
Right. I was like,
you can deal with that right
I
away.
said, I'm a 6 foot exactly. And she goes, okay, good.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh,
oh,
what
no.
if you're 5'11"? You'd be like, whew.
I mean, man.
Get some tall shoes or something.
Yeah, I'd be wearing some Kiss
I
pumps or
need
something.
Kiss. Hold on. Kiss pumps.
Yes.
I was just gonna let that one go. But,
Did
I'm
not.
gonna text your wife and be like, "Hey, make sure you buy him some Kiss pumps."
Nobody else is a Kiss fan? What is happening?
But
here?
was that?
Called platforms because pumps
Right.
is a high heel shoe.
Yes.
It's a
Okay,
different
Prince.
style.
How about Prince pumps? How about that? Is that better?
I don't think
Because
so.
he wore high heels.
Well,
Done.
it's a certain style of suit.
I'm just telling you.
Oh my gosh.
That's Prince. So okay.
So,
Anything more for round 2? Talk to me.
That
Talk to me, Wiseman.
No, that was round 2. Yeah, I'm gonna end it on Kiss pump.
Kiss pumps.
Oh, is it like fist bumping? Like kiss bumps? Like,
No, I'm telling you, that's
shit.
if that you take that out of context, that could mean a lot of things.
Yikes. Okay, so I'm gonna say round 2 over. You beat it. Nice.
I made it.
Good job.
Still alive.
You made it. But now,
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's the kiss pumps. Really,
Because
final
Scooter
blow.
fucked up the whole thing. Yeah.
You are at the boss battle. It's getting real.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so these
all
might
right.
be a little bit more rapid fire, but you've got to really answer these questions.
Yeah, with a lot of good stuff.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Am I asking the first one?
You are asking that.
Okay. If you had to choose one cartoon character to be your best friend, what character would you choose?
Great babe.
That was really quick. Why?
Whoa.
Whoa, is that you? Were you surprised by the speed?
Yeah.
No, I was just like, well, I think everybody has it. I was just, I know who that is, and I used to watch a lot of the Great Ape.
Yeah.
But
Very
it
specific.
just never crossed my mind. Go,
Well,
tell
no,
me.
I mean, okay, so he, I mean,
I'm intrigued.
right? Well, he can protect you because I mean, he is the great babe, right? I mean, who's gonna mess with you with him as your friend? But he was always kind, you know, and he was there for I can't remember the other character's name.
Wasn't it Beagly Beagly?
Is that what his name? Could be.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was
And
Beagly.
he could just sit on the van, right, and like just kind of hang out up there. You can see, like, you know, I am not 6 feet tall, so having, you know, like a giant ape can see everything, and then that's good. That's helpful for me.
That'd
So
be nice, like Nunu Willem.
yeah,
thing. Love it.
he's interesting. Yeah, he's purple. I don't know. That's sort of distinctive.
That helps.
Purple's a
Or
good
the
color.
Barbie.
Yeah. So
Oh.
true. Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's a low bar.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just great babe. I would say great babe. Yeah, he's
I love it.
That is a great
Yeah.
answer. He's in my list of characters that I know very well and watched, but I was like, I never thought about.
Yeah.
and memorabilia for the great babe is very hard to find. Just in case.
I
you-
can
Oh,
imagine.
yeah. Because didn't they have? I mean, was he part of the racing squad back then? What was
Mhm.
that? He was part of that with the
Right.
shark and
with the
all them.
Muttley and
Yeah.
yes, yep. So he's part of that. What was that called?
I don't
I
know,
can't
but
remember
it
what that race was
just a
called, but
race.
yeah, it was so he's part on Hanna-Barbera, right? So you could
Yeah.
see him after school back in the olden days, right? And then the part of that big race that they would do around the world.
Just that was the show. Like once a
Over
week,
and over
you'd
again,
watch
and-
some. I don't know where that came from, but they just race.
Right. Watch Muttley get in front and then lose every time, kind of like
Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. I don't know why it was like on repeat, but we loved it. It was so good.
That's like a lot of things. Yeah.
But there's so many characters involved. I was like, there's so many characters in that show. But that was an amazing character. Yeah, I think it was because wasn't the Great Ape when he walked? Wasn't it Beagly Beagly as he walked? Like his character in front of him would like
Yeah, would kind of hop up and
pop up because
there was like a little bit of a tremor.
so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, that's all coming back to me now.
It's in the noggin somewhere.
It's in there somewhere, dude. That's
I
amazing.
love
Okay,
that.
go ahead. Let's
right.
rapid fire. Next
What
question.
is your favorite family tradition?
Oh my favorite family tradition. Wow. That's a hard question. Let's see.
I like how. Who would your cartoon character best friend be? Easy.
Easy.
Family
Yeah, that's
favorite-
easy.
But
favorite
family
show.
traditions. Whoa.
It's like, oh god.
It's either you have so many it's hard to choose, or you have none. Right? I was like, for it to be hard to answer, right? It
Yeah.
has to
Yeah.
be one or the other.
Well, okay, so I guess I would say this is a little bit of a weird one. So we will watch, we call it picnic movie.
Okay.
And so it's just picnic movie. So you go to the grocery store and you get a bunch of different cheese. And you get a bunch of different, like, deli, not deli meats, but like usually some
Yeah,
kind of
sure. You make a
salami
charcuterie.
and-
Salted meat.
Yeah, the charcuterie-
I'm a big
charcuterie
fan of salted
salted
meat.
The
And then
strength
you watch-
behind how you just said salted meats scares me, Scoot.
I love
salted
meat.
meats. Oh god.
No, go ahead. Sorry, Jake. That
No,
was
no,
good.
that's okay.
That was really good.
Yeah, so that's just got a lot of, developed over the years. And you sit down and you watch a movie. And,
I
pretty easy. So.
might adopt that because that is cute as hell. I already have date night, but I love that.
Yeah.
That's
I love.
so
I mean,
cute.
I love that family traditions are not like created. They're more like what are they?
They just
I'm missing the word.
I don't know,
They just kind of happen
Yeah.
organically.
Mhm.
Like you start doing something, you enjoy it, and then you do it again, and the more you do it, you're like, just wow, let's do that again.
Yeah.
Cheese and salted meats, that's kind of a thing that we did a lot of, and we've backed off on that part of it. So but just because I'm getting old and
Salted meats. Are too
yeah,
salty.
salted meats make all the numbers go in the wrong places when you go to the doctor. So we have the same kind of small tradition, but it always ends up being watching something we both really enjoy, usually on TV or something like that, or going for a walk or something. I mean, we do traveling and all that kind of stuff because I know you enjoy traveling and all that stuff, but those moments when you turn on TV and it's just, ours is ridiculousness. Does anybody ever watch that anymore?
I hate her laugh.
Well, it's one of those things, just like it ends up being something we watch that we just like, we can talk, we don't have to concentrate on it.
True.
And I think that's a big part of it. But you call it picnic.
We call it picnic movie is usually what it gets called, because you end up watching the movie and you got some good baguette, or even better is like olive bread, like fresh bread. They have the actual Kalamata olives in the bread itself. Yep, and get some cheese and Kalamata olives or others. Yeah. So it started because of travel, right? It started because that's what you do. You kind of go wherever, and you don't want to go buy lunch, and so you get a baguette, whatever. So whatever bread is around in the store and some cheese, and you're good. There goes picnic, and then we sort of adopted it over time to watching a movie too. Yeah, so there you go. That'd be that is my favorite.
I love it.
I love that tradition because
Look
I
at
think any variation of that same thing is still a tradition.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Holy crap, that's amazing. Okay,
my
so
heart is warm.
we have one more boss battle question, sir.
Okay.
If you're
It's
ready.
a doozy.
I'm ready. Jake, if you had to leave Earth on a spaceship and take 4 celebrities with you, who would they be? And why them?
Wow. That's that 4 celebrities.
Yes.
So, I mean, realistically, celebrity is
Someone in the spotlight.
it's define it however you want,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it could be somebody that's a survivalist. So you're like, oh, I'll just take that person. And the rest of you will bring you because you're good food.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. So I think I'm going to go with. I'm going to start off with taking Dax Shepard because he seems to be pretty entertaining, and he seems to know, at least express that he knows a lot. So I think you could have a lot of long conversations since you're leaving Earth. So I'm going to start there.
That's solid.
Yeah.
I was like, I never even thought about him, but I was like, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for me because I don't, I have to admit, I'm not a huge celebrity watcher.
Same.
I
don't think any of us are, but it's like, I feel like just somebody that's in the spotlight that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Let's look at it that way.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to say, oh, John from down the street. You're like, well, that's funny.
But I like John.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's not so good. This is I'm going to lose this boss battle because I don't know if I can think of 4 people.
Well, you only have 3 now.
Well, that's true. I guess I only have 3 at this point.
Dax Shepard, his wife is what's her name, right? Is that
Kristen
him?
Bell.
You take her. She's fucking hilarious as shit.
Yeah, but she
But
is
they're
competitive
funny
too,
together,
though.
Yeah.
He is very competitive as a human being, so that might be a detriment, or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I think I would want to take Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I got excited about that.
Yeah. So we could commiserate for the rest of our lives about not getting the ball on the 1-yard line, which is why I don't watch football anymore. So that could be fun and entertaining. I think I would want to go with Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
I'm gonna go with Hugh Jackman because he can sing, so you have some good entertainment going on.
He's a funny guy too.
Yeah.
He's Wolverine.
Yeah. What's that?
He's Wolverine. So.
He is Wolverine. Yep. So there's that connection.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. My resume, Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well.
Singer, Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then I think I go with Taya Leone, because if you watch Madam Secretary ever,
Yes.
yeah. So if you ever watch, and I realize this isn't actually her, and I know nothing about her really as a person, I suppose, but as her character. So I guess I want her to go as her character, as the Secretary of State.
Play your character.
Yeah, just play the character. Because whenever anything goes wrong, like if you watch the show, she gets met at the elevator, like every episode, pretty much, with some massive crisis, right? And her answer always is just sort of like, okay, all right, well, we're going to deal with that.
Very good. I like that.
Even keeled and
yeah.
So if you're going to leave and you're going to go off into space someplace, you need someone who's nice and level-headed. So she has that covered.
Yeah.
You need someone who, really can take the ball over the 1 yard line if you hand it to them in the Super Bowl and only needed, 4 points to win.
Yeah.
You got that going for you. So you got.
I feel like here's the best part about your 4 answers.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite part. Is later today you'll be like going, oh shit, what about?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
Oh, and what about that? That's my favorite part. But the reason behind the 4 was what I really love to hear. It's like entertainment value, because you're like, oh my God, we don't just want a scientist the whole time. I was like, that's boring as hell. But you want somebody on different entertainment values, like somebody who just knows random crap.
Yeah.
Somebody that will tell stories and put that through, and then somebody that's kind of, even like their demeanors, like, oh, okay, so
to bring a balance to everybody.
Our ship just blew up. Okay, now we need to figure out what to do now.
Because sensible answers would have been like Neil deGrasse Tyson, because
at
least you might know where you're going, right? Like if I would have been thinking, that would be one, or it might be good to have like Elon Musk on there, because maybe he could fix the spaceship. Those, maybe, or at least you have the idea of how to fix it.
I really feel like those, they're theorists. Really, I was like, Elon Musk really has people doing that stuff for him. Yeah, realistically,
that's true.
He's an idea person, which is amazing.
Yeah,
but you got to have people that won't drive you insane.
I think you got a good crew. I like them. Yeah, I think it's a funny crew.
You do need. It's interesting because celebrities, you don't get to hear like the actual engineer who's out there, doing the final designs on the car.
Right.
You kind of want them on your ship with you, but it's hard to find that person as a celebrity, right? That they're usually
right.
Not
and I think that's why the question is so difficult. Is like, who would I really want on there?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I want Great Babe, because you got to have
it got to have. Got to have the beef and
he's weightless. He's in space, so
have the salted meat.
Got to have the beef, the salted beef. On that note, I really feel like you beat the boss, man. That was badass. It was amazing that you were like, man, this is going to be hard. And as soon as you started going, boom, there it was. It was like a Bavarian cream on a very large donut.
And not a pit.
Nope. No pits in there.
No pits,
dude.
just Bavarian cream. Watch out.
No, that was amazing. So you have beat the boss. The boss was us.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
In case you didn't know, it's not a real boss, and we weren't playing a real game. In case, never mind. Don't look behind the curtain. I literally have a curtain behind me too.
Yeah.
So you beat the boss. So the cool thing about beating the boss.
Your prize.
What is the prize, Rysa?
Humble brag. You can talk about whatever you want.
Holy crap. We really should name this something with narcissism.
Yeah. Narcissist hour.
Narcissist. We gotta shorten that. I was like, if I could learn how to spell that word, this would be amazing.
The Narnar corner. Here we go.
No, but for real, the Narnar corner. That might be. It's a spinoff of this show. But Jake, for real, you get at this point, what we do with every single one of our guests is, since you beat the boss, even though we've kind of already learned something about you this whole time, if there's anything you want to shout out and have like shameless plugs or anything you've been up to, or creative wise, work wise, family wise, anything like that you've been doing, or you're excited about currently right now, it is your moment, sir.
Plug it.
I don't really have anything to plug, really. I guess if I'm talking about something that's super exciting is I haven't been a big D&D player, right? Like you talked about role-playing games and everything. I think Scooter and I talked about this before. My son really got into D&D, and so I try to do some of that for him. And he's hopefully headed off to college here in about a month. So congratulations to him.
Yeah,
super proud of him.
There's right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, super proud of him for that. And, but he's designed his whole campaign, and I'm not going to spoil it for him because he designed it around his favorite band. So this is kind of like for all the creative people out there, right? Like
That's
how you
amazing.
how you mix the things that you're passionate about. So he's mixed his favorite band, and he's created an entire campaign by feeding their songs and lyrics into this campaign throughout it. So I'm trying to encourage him to say, like, contact this band and say, you never know, maybe they're gamers, right? And maybe they will do a live stream of your campaign. And you just love that, right? I mean, that'd be so awesome. So anyway, he's walking us through that now. We're play testing that with him, and that's super fun. So I don't know. That's sort of a
dude. That I'm sorry. I just got
Yeah.
I got super excited.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What? I was like, I never even thought of that. I was like, I've been writing stupid crap all my life. I was like, I never even thought about it. I was like, because my big motivation is always when you're writing like a first campaign or first writing a story or designing a game or whatever, do what you know.
Yeah.
Right? And most of us, I mean, if you're a fan of a musician or a band, you know all the songs. So start with something you know. Oh my God, dude. Like, I'm super
Yeah, just hearing that.
What's the band? Who's the band? Who's the band?
Well, I don't want to spoil it in case he can, they're an obscure band. They're an obscure European band.
Okay.
So, but I don't want to spoil it for him in case.
Okay.
I don't want someone else to steal his idea before he has a chance.
Good.
Oh, that's a good point.
But, no, I'm super excited about that, and we'll see how the fall goes.
Dude, that's exciting. That's super exciting.
Yeah, I told Scooter before that I was trying to plan for him to go off to school, so I became a certified level 1 judge for Magic the Gathering, which doesn't mean much these days because it's hard to gather.
Right.
Of course.
Just Magic.
Play online.
Yeah.
Well, then you hoard. Then you just get to hoard.
Magic the Hoarder.
Yes.
Magic the Hoarder.
Yeah. Not much else to share. Super.
I love that. Even that little bit. That's beautiful.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah. And I do know that the one question I'd have to ask of your personal creations and stuff, are you still creating full sets anymore? Your own sets of Magic cards?
Yeah, I did one. I never quite finished it. It was one of those that, how do you know when you're done? So I imagine if you're a game designer, right, you're trying to sell your game ultimately, right? So you have to call it done because you got to go to print and you got to get packaging and you got to advertise it. When you're doing it on the side, like, you never really, how do you finish? I got really close. So I was designing my own Magic the Gathering set. It was super fun and in depth, and I went to find art and to split with the art on 276 cards or something. And I never quite finished. Like, I got close, and then I decided it didn't quite work. And I kind of abandoned it. So I might go back to that. It'd be nice to finish at some
absolutely.
point. But my problem was, if you play Magic, like, you get things get named, right? They're called mechanics, and they get names. And so I would design it, and I would create this name. I'm like, oh, this name is perfect. And they come out with a new set, and they'd use the name. And, I got to go back in. I got to change it all again. So, But no, that was really fun and creative. And I might try that. I might go back to, I've always wanted to write a screenplay, but I've never taken the time to stop and write one.
Dude.
And so I've had sort of an idea of one to write. I might change it a little based on current environment. Like, you don't want to, like, the zombie, I think, genre is going to take a little bit of a hit here, because do we really want to watch about people being quarantined and running from a strange allegory, I think is what it is, of a virus? Probably not. But yes. So I might start working on that again, because having creative outlets is helpful. But I don't know. But yeah,
Dude.
no, I did. At some point, you'll have to play test it with me and see what you.
Well, I'll play test anything because that's my passion, and I know Rysa loves Magic.
Yeah.
Like that's.
And I used
when
to
it comes
used to play a lot of RPGs too.
RPGs, but I mean, I know if I go to somebody that wants to, I was like, Rysa will play Magic.
Yeah.
I was like, Commander? She's like, I'm there. What do you need? I've got a deck ready. What? So Rysa's always been that person since I've met her.
Basically.
Yeah, so testing something like that, I know that we'd go in there. I was like, and that's what this is all about. I was like, realistically, us getting together here off the dice is really us talking about what we're doing as human beings and getting together and our creative outlets and really encouraging other people to do what they're passionate about more than anything. Because without that, I mean, that's why'd you bring Dax?
Yeah.
Why'd you bring Dax into space?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Gee.
Right? I was like, there's a reason.
Hugh Jackman's gonna sing about all of it.
Well, like, why'd you bring Hugh Jackman? Not because he's Wolverine. It's because he can sing, dance.
Well,
but he is Wolverine.
And he's also Wolverine. Definitely does super.
So you're kind of like, yeah.
But you're Wolverine.
So no, for real. I was like, and I love that about knowing you for years now. Almost just even when I moved. I think when I moved into Sacramento is within the first year that I moved here. I met you, Jake, and it's been an amazing relationship. Even though we don't hang out all the time, but
you don't eat cheese with him.
No, I mean salted meats and cheese. I don't want to like
intrude.
Yeah, be the third wheel on your picnic.
You'll just sit in the corner like, this bread's pretty good.
I just want one more piece of salted meat, please. No, but for real, man, it really is a pleasure to know you as a human being, and your passion for Magic just never goes away, and that I admire more than you probably ever know, because I have used your talents multiple times for other people in the community, because I don't have the knowledge and the passion for Magic specifically that you do. So, but I know other people do. So I'm like, oh, dude, you got to talk to these people. So I love that about you, and I love that you're part of this community. I love that you're on our show. This has been a long time coming.
Just a little bit.
A couple years. We started this podcast in 2018.
Yeah,
and
just a hot minute.
You were one of the first people that we put on to put here, and it took us a couple years. But thank you so much, man. Is there anything closing, Rysa, that you want to say to Jake?
No, you beat the boss. You said some amazing things. Got really deep into salted meats and hoarding.
The fear of pits.
Yeah, pits. They're terrifying. They damage the soul. And Wolverine's in space, you know?
That's amazing.
I love it.
And Jake, anything you want to part with?
No, I
Any
think
words of wisdom?
I think for everybody playing games, remember games are for fun. So sometimes we forget that, like as you and I have talked about.
Sure.
That remember, if you're not having fun, it's time to go play a different game.
I like that.
So.
Seriously, it took me a very long time to figure that out, honestly. And life is like that too. If you're not having fun, figure something else out. So I appreciate that. That's great. That's great
really good. I
statement.
typed it down because it was super good.
That was amazing. But on that closing note, that's amazing. So thank you so much, Jake, for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Thanks for beating the boss.
Yeah.
Thanks for winning all these amazing prizes that you will never get.
Yeah. They're ours. We're hoarding.
That means
everything. Or are we
everything.
collecting?
I'm hoarding.
Okay, he's hoarding. Great.
I'm trying to accept my demise.
Love it.
So,
thank you everyone listening. We appreciate it so much.
We really do. We do this for fun, and hopefully we'll just keep doing this. Off the Dice is a Time to Tabletop production.
Building community through the language of gaming.
Hey, this is Kat. Catch up with me and V every Monday on our show, How's That Working For You? As we spill the tea about relationships, millennial adulting, or whatever else life decides to chuck at us on your favorite podcast directory. Catch you then.